we have a contracting crew out here that's working at our water treatment plant, and they hit water main, forced water main, 36 inches, and burst that, obviously, which released a great deal of water. The water pressure got down to just above 20%, and 20% is the threshold for boil water notice. And so in abundance of cautions, we put that boil water notice out, not only to all of the city residents, but there's about 20% of the county residents that rely on our water. And so they have fixed it. They had the parts, have put the pipes all back together, but we still have a boil water notice for the next 48 to 72 hours. And we'll let everyone know when we feel comfortable lifting that. And if nobody, is anybody live? No? Good. Oh, you are? Okay. I was going to give you a very long, detailed explanation of how they examine the water, which is, to me, fascinating.
Go ahead.
Anybody have any questions? Okay. Well, they have to go to different locations for, let's use Tampa General Hospital as an example, multi-story facility. So they'll have to send someone over there, the scientists, to take water samples from the highest level, and then they'll treat or test those for whatever bacteria, sediment, whatever may be in the water. And once they get an all clear from those locations, then they'll all clear the entire city. It's much easier for residents, normal residences, single story, to flush out their pipes and things. But again, an abundance of caution, we're looking at 48 to 72 hours.
I'm not sure I've been around for a water main break that's been as significant to impact the entire city like this. Can you speak to the reason why the entire city is under this boil water notice?
Well, hopefully I'm correct on this, but we did have a very large water main breakout in New Tampa some time back. And as you know, the wastewater is gravity fed, so they're not explosive, fortunately. And the water pipes are all pressurized. And one of the reasons was that this is our water treatment plant, and there are a number of submerged water holding tanks. And so that's where all the treated water goes into these tanks before it's distributed. And so this break had an immediate effect on that and was draining down all of our water. We were getting to the point, had they not been able to reroute as quickly as they did, we literally would have run out of water for the city last night. They had about a foot left in those tanks before they weren't able to pump any more water out. So that's why it had an impact on the entire city, is because this is sort of ground zero for our water treatment.
And I know you've asked people not to water their lawns, to turn off their sprinkler systems. Is there anything else that they should be doing to conserve water?
Well, we would love for people to conserve water every single day. Everything that you can do, from not watering lawns, using any outdoor water, taking very short showers, whatever you can do to save water on a daily basis would be appreciated, but more so now because we have to restock those reserves. Yes. One of the things, that's a great question. One of the things that we did was to go into the supply of bottled water for the storms and make that available to anyone who wanted that, needed that, whether it be a business. Restaurants clearly are impacted dramatically. Fortunately, last night was a Monday night, and in restaurant business, a lot of restaurants and bars are closed on Monday nights, but we're making that bottled water available to anyone who may need that. And we understand the inconvenience. Again, it was a contractor that hit. They do have schematics of where all the pipes are at, but it could be any number. They were talking about a collar that goes around, the entrance to one of those pipes. Someone could have hit that, but they got it turned off, rerouted, and fixed very quickly. And we apologize for the inconvenience that it may have caused our customers. Also makes you appreciate not only the quality, but the service level of our water department. You know, there's a group of men and women that work hard 24 hours a day to make sure that we have the best water in the nation.
If you were a business that would like access to that bottled water supply, where can you go?
You can go on to our website, tampagov.net, and we'll make sure that it is up there. And we have all of those plans in place as well. Another great example of the cooperation, the cooperative spirit in the Tampa Bay area. I received calls from Hillsborough County, from the state of Florida. You know, what do you need? Where do you want the water? What can we do? And we already have plans set up in advance where we have distribution sites all over the city in the event of a hurricane or any other type of an event that necessitates it.
Do you know, Mayor, if there's any water turned off at this point for any part of the city, or is it all back on?
No, I think it's all back on. It was all back on pretty quickly last night. Once they were able to shut that particular main off, then they can reroute around. And water, there was no impact to the new Tampa area because we have the ability to purchase water from Tampa Bay Water, and when we do that, it's used for the new Tampa area. So that was just turned on immediately. And the director of our water wastewater, Brad Beard, who does an amazing job on a daily basis, can answer any technical questions. He may be over there right now making faces like, that's not exactly the way it goes. But it really is a fascinating process, the way that our water is treated, literally pulled from the Hillsborough River and treated mostly through natural processes, and then distributed out to our community. All right, anybody have any questions?
Brad, is there any update on those tests that were performed overnight?
I'm sorry, update on what?
The tests that were performed overnight?
I was telling her about the water quality, that we have to, before we stop the boil water, we have to make sure that
Oh,
water
yeah.
is...
Yeah, so we have Brad Baird, Deputy Administrator for Infrastructure, and hold on one second. This is, apologize for that. Oh, wrong phone. Anyway, it's ringing to my hearing aids. Apologize for that. So we have a coordinated sampling procedure throughout the whole service area, where we have a team of technicians that will take samples throughout, and a representative sample, and then we'll take those samples and put them through our laboratory for testing, and then get clearance from the health department, and then do that procedure all over again. So we have two tests that pass for all those samples, then we'll release everybody from the boil water notice.
Do you have any idea of how long that might take?
It's still about 48 to 72 hours from this morning.
Okay.
So where does that put us? About Thursday afternoon at the earliest, and into Friday, hopefully at the latest.
How long will crews be out here working today to clean up everything and get everything back to normal?
Yeah. So the repair, and actually you'll be able to get over and take a picture of it. You'll see where the piling hit the pipe and knocked out a piece of it. And so that whole section of pipe needs to be replaced. And they do have all the fittings on site and the spool piece on site to replace. Here's the hang up. We have what's called flowable fill underneath that pipe that's basically like concrete, and they have to chip all of that out before they can replace that spool piece. That will take all morning to jackhammer that out. But so we should have that done by the end of today, to where we have replaced that section of pipe.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Stay warm.